Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Drea, and this is the Owlsintuition. If you're new, hit that little subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post new stuff. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. Thank you guys for your patience, love, support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the likes, shares, the donations, and thank you for everyone who's booking readings with me. It doesn't go unnoticed. I'm grateful for you all, and I will never message you for a reading, so just be careful of scammers. Okay, all you have to do is email me, and my email is in the description box below. Okay, but yeah, what are we talking about? We are talking about how do people think that you feel about them. You could, I guess, put this for a specific person, but it's not going to really be romantic unless it comes up, but it's really like multiple people. It's everyone, okay? In general, it could be family, friends, coworkers, random strangers, people who see you on the internet. It doesn't matter. Okay, you set the intention if you want, okay, but I'm gonna get everything. We can get all the tea. We're just gonna see how people think you feel about them. So we have more than one pile per usual. We have 3 piles, and you can pick more than one pile if you feel called to. We have pile number 1, or the which is the Tridevia deck, and then this blue topaz. Okay, we have pile number 2, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, and this Ethiopian opal, and pile number 3, which is the Star Tarot and the Black Tourmaline, and you have Red Jasper as well. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the pile that you pick. Oh, hold on. Let's do a ding. Bye. Hey, what's up, pile number 1? Welcome back. It's me, Drea, and this is the Owlsintuition. You guys picked the Tridevia deck or this blue topaz. This blue topaz will be the overall energy in regards to how people think that you feel about them. All right, so we're gonna get into that after, but you already know the deal. If you are new, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified when I post new stuff. And if it resonates, ooh, success, I like that. I like it a lot. But who doesn't love success? Let's be for real. Yeah, what was I even saying? Damn. Losing my train of thought over here. You might have a lot of stuff going on in your life, or a lot of changes are happening. I heard rapid, so it's like rapid changes are happening, and it's a little overwhelming, but you are adjusting. You will adapt, but you do need to make sure that you keep your mind in check, because yeah, you might start, getting anxiety because you're like, I have all this stuff to do, and you have to really ground and be like, you know what? Why am I thinking about this? Let me focus on what I can do right now, okay? So that's a message for somebody. But anyway, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell so you get notified, and yeah, make sure you like and comment if it resonates with you, all right? But let's get your current energy. If this doesn't resonate, do what you gotta do. Pick another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. Just do whatever makes you happy. What is pile number 1's current energy? Oh, you are becoming one with your higher self. This is so funny because this is literally what I am doing, and I do feel as though a lot of my collective is doing this as well. Yeah, dance portal. You quantum leap through a portal, and you let go of a lot of the bullshit, and now you're dancing with life again, okay? You trusted your intuition. Okay? I heard your life is about to be music to your ears. It's gonna get real good, all right? You are oozing sexual energy, though. I feel like your creative juices are flowing, and because of you feeling inspired and confident and grounded and happy again, okay, I feel like you were going through a tough time, okay? The energies were really tough in the beginning of the year, and it is like this spring energy. You're about to spring into action, so I feel like you're very connected, and you're in flow, and now you're flowing into a higher vibrational energy, and you're taking better care of yourself, and I feel like you're balancing yourself. You recalibrated yourself, and you're re-getting to know yourself, and now it's like, allow me to reintroduce myself, okay? Some of y'all may have quit a habit, or you quit a job, or you just let go of everything, and now it's like you're focused on what you want, or you have new opportunities coming to you, right? But either way, a lot of people are focused on you. A lot of people got love for you, and a lot of people are drawn to you. You also have healing hands. And when you give people hugs, you heal people. That is also a random tidbit. You could also possibly be a Reiki certified, Reiki master, or you could have been thinking about doing Reiki, like, to yourself. Try it out, or, get it done. Either way, you know, but your energy is very aligned right now. You are very, very aligned. And it's a beautiful thing. So if that resonates, let's get into the reading. Okay. Pile 1. You guys picked blue topaz. So we have inspired by the sun, solar vitality amplify. So people feel as though you honestly get excited, you are inspired by them. Okay, there could be people that you depend on, and it's not in a way where it's like you're codependent, but it's like you match people's energy. People feel like you match their energy, and if they're feeling happy and excited and filled with vitality, then you are too, and you feel good. Okay, I feel like these are people that we're talking about that you like, you know, this could be like your best friend or like your partner and stuff. They just feel like you feel happy and excited, and they feel like you feel as though they are generous, they bring happiness to your life. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel as though you project energies onto these people, not on purpose, but you make people like feel seen because you're so generous and so kind. Then it's like they want to give that back to you, but because of your generosity and kindness, they feel like you really do love them. They feel as though, you know, you're very connected. People feel like they're super connected to you on a psychic level, and people feel like you know what they're thinking at all times. People feel like you feel like if they don't adjust and level up, people feel like you'll leave them. Okay, people feel like, you know, you're very focused on your future, and if they don't get focused on their future and start tapping into their creative ventures or starting to learn or improve or grow or, you know, hone in on their craft or take better care of themselves or express themselves honestly, okay, people feel as though you can tell when they're lying. Okay, so if they don't express themselves, or if they're bullshitting you, like, they know that, you know, people feel like, yeah, they know I'm lying. So wow, okay, very interesting. We are gonna get some oracles, and then we will close you out with the tarot spread. But okay, starting off with a bang, pile number 1. How do people think that pile 1 feel about them? How does people think pile 1 feels about them? Chakras. Yeah, people feel like you can feel their energy. And this could be in a good way or bad way. Yeah, because look at this. Psychics. I'm telling you, some people are very gifted and they can see into the future. People feel like you can see their future. People feel like you can see if they're gonna... It's like people feel as though you know right off the bat if, like, this person is meant to be in your life or not. Or you know right off the bat, like, yeah, this person ain't for me. Because energetically, nah, I gotta make a change. I gotta move away from this, okay? You can tell who's solid and who you can... who you'll let go of. But people feel like you're very aligned, and people feel like if their energy is low, or if that's why the thing is like people fake the funk around you. People try to act different around you, and they know that you know that they're lying, but they can't come. People feel like if they come truly authentic, you will reject them. Okay, like there's a big heavy fear of rejection. People feel like you will reject them, so they feel like you are just like, you thinking like, nah, your energy's off, bitch. I'm out of here like a bold man, bitch. All right, we have be a beacon, be an inspiration. We have inspiration twice. Okay, there is a big emphasis on people feel like if you're not an inspiration, if they're not inspiring you, if they're not rooting for you, if they're not happy for you, if they don't shower you with blessings, then they're not going to get it back. Because again, you get what you give. You be generous at first, but if that energy is not reciprocated, then you take it back. And that's how people feel. They feel like, okay, well, if you're not being generous with pile 1 after they were generous with you, they're just going to pull back. You pull back, and people can feel that, and people know that. And they know that if they, like you, when people make mistakes, when people are acting funny, you let it be known by your actions. You will recall your energy back. You will take a step back. But people feel like you are a blessing, and people feel like if they don't come to you with this blessing energy, and if they don't open themselves up to receive and give and make sure that it's equal, people feel like, yeah, you gonna dip out of here, you gonna, you know. But people feel like you feel like, yeah, if you're inspired, if you're a dope ass person, you root for them, you'll support them. People feel like you know, you align with people who are on the same path as you. How do people feel? How do people think that pile 1 feels about them? playfulness. Yeah, people feel like if you're not fun, Pawan ain't gonna like you. Okay, people feel like you like fun people. People feel like you like playful people. People who are gonna make you laugh. Like, and we have intuition again. Oh my god, yeah. People feel like you just know everything. People feel like you know what's going on. You see right through them, and people feel like if they ain't fun, if they ain't inspirational, if they ain't high vibrational, if they're low vibrational and they doing toxic ass shit, if they ain't blessing you the same way that you blessing them, then you gonna walk away straight up like that. You know, I don't know. I want to clarify. Let's see. What is this chakras? A little deeper. Yeah, Page of Cups. If people are emotionally immature and they don't boss up and they continuously make excuses, then you're just going to be like, absolutely not. That people feel like that. People feel like they need to mature. Okay? Whoa, we got a dropper. What do we got? The Hermit. Yeah, people feel like if they rub you the wrong way, you go hermit mode. You take a step back. Literally, it's reiterating. Let's see. Be a beacon. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, people feel like if they're not solid, if they don't have something to bring to the table, you gonna rip that table away. Okay, what is this otter? What is this otter energy? Yeah, people feel like if they go with the flow, it's better for you. People feel like you don't like when people put pressure on them. So people feel like if someone's rushing you, if someone's telling you what to do, you get aggravated and then you're like, absolutely not, okay? But you like balanced energy and you're fair, and people feel like, you know, if they come correct, emotionally stable, they don't project onto you, and they're just fair and just and balanced just like you, even if it's them mirroring you, people feel like they will get access denied. Let's close you out with some tarot. Oh, right, pile 1. So we got the 10 of Wands, the High Priestess, the Fool, the 4 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands. Oh, almost lost my voice there. The Magician, the 6 of Wands, heavy wand energy. Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Death. Okay, yeah. People feel like you feel if you're a burden, okay, or if you're being sneaky, or if you're being impulsive and rash and selfish and rude, then that's a burden that you're not willing to carry, okay? People feel like you feel as though God will tell you what's good with the people, okay? Because with the Death at the back of the deck, overall, like, you will end it. And I was getting that earlier with the blue topaz. It's just like, if you're not trying to be better, if you're not trying to grow, okay? Because we do have this caterpillar, you know, turning into a butterfly. If you're not trying to transform, if you're stuck and stagnant, then people feel as though like you hate them. Some people feel like you hate them because they just don't grow. I don't know what that's, damn. But yeah, people feel like you'll move away, okay? People feel like if you're not becoming better, if you're not building something solid, okay? If you're not fun, if you don't have some type of intelligence, if you can't keep a conversation going, if you're boring, you ain't meant for Power 1, baby. Power 1. People really feel like you have this kind of royalty to you, so people feel like you feel as though like you better not come towards me, peasants. Like, yeah, some people may feel like you're stuck up, okay? Some people may feel like you're stuck up because you have this success, and it's like, I don't think you're stuck up. I just feel like you're closed off because, again, you've dealt with people who are sneaky with agendas, manipulators, and stuff like that. So you are closed off to a certain point, but you're not stuck up. It's just, you know, the trauma is still, you're working through it, as what I'm feeling. But I still think you're loving and kind, you know, and I do feel like, you know, people really do feel like you love them if they stay within your expectations, okay? If they stick to your status quo, okay? Because if they, and it's not like you're controlling, because again, it's like you allow people to be who they are, no hate, no shade. But if they're not trying to grow, again, if they're not trying to become their best selves, okay, you are forgiving, you're lenient, but you don't have time for bullshit, and you're not here to bullshit. So pretty much, like, yeah, get it together or get gone. That's how people feel. Like, get it together, get your life together, put your shit together, or else you can get the fuck out of my life. All right, 444. Yeah, you gotta be solid in order to be in Power One's life. That's how people feel. People feel like if you're not solid, if you're not fun, if you're not, free flowing, if you're too rigid, if you're mean, if you're an asshole, get the fuck out, bye, because you just don't take that shit. And it's not that you'll fight with people, you don't have time for that, you'll just leave. But that's what we're gonna call it, my beautiful, beautiful Power Ones. I love you, thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you next time. Bye. What's up, Pal 2? It's me, Drea, and this is Theowlsintuition. You guys picked the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot or this Ethiopian opal. Welcome to your reading. What? Alright, so if you are new, hit that subscribe and the bell so you get notified every single time I post new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. We are going to get your current energy to see if this is even your pile. If this doesn't resonate, do what you got to do. Watch another pile, watch another reading, or watch another reader. Just do whatever makes you happy because it is your life. We will be tapping into this card after in regards to the overall energy of how people think that you feel about them. But let's get your current energy. What is pile number 2's current energy? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we have food meditation. I know I can be what I want to be. If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be. Manifestor. This is the magician in this card. We have creation. So your current energy is powerful. My God. Similar to Pot 1 too. You could be changing the way you eat. You're changing your habits. You're changing the way that you think. You're more aware. You're hypersensitive right now. So you could be very sensitive to foods. It's like when you eat something, you can feel how it affects your body. Okay. You could be feeling groggy when you wake up and stuff because you're doing a lot in the astral realm as well, is what I'm getting. You've dealt with a lot of snakes and frauds in your life, so you are 100% discerning. Your intuition is on 100 right now. Let's be for real. And it's kind of stressful in a way where it's like overwhelming for your mind. So maybe you get in your head a lot, or it's like you have a lot of headaches, okay? You're getting a lot of downloads, and this is because you are stepping into this manifestation energy after going through a lot of toxicity and a lack of confidence in yourself and your life. You weren't feeling too hot, and now it's like you're trusting back in yourself, you're getting to know yourself, and you are about to start shining full force and really, really showing people who the f you are. And I love this energy because you believe in yourself. You never stopped believing in yourself, but you did hit like a breaking point where it was like, should I give up then? Like, what's going on here? You know, like, why is this so hard? Or like, what's happening? But I really am proud of you because you overcame that. And that was not easy. You know what I'm saying? I felt like you were getting hit with a lot of heavy energy, and that shit is lightening up. But you are going to get some kind of communication from new people. There are some people that you can trust, and others, you know, be aware of, be discerning. You know, obviously discern with whoever comes towards you, okay? But don't be paranoid, okay? Because if you're paranoid and you think everyone's out to get you, everyone will be out to get you, because that's what you're going to manifest. What you focus on grows. So just be mindful of that, and just like be like, you know what, I attract trustworthy, dope people into my life. Everyone in my life serves a purpose, okay? And I am safe. I am protected. I have loving, caring, compassionate people in my life, okay? I don't know what's going on. Okay. But yeah, maybe there's a guide for you to get into nature, try to stay as grounded as possible as you're transitioning into this new energy, this new era, and make sure you're eating as many fruits as vegetables right now. Also, intermittent fasting is coming through as well. Some of you, you know, if you feel called to, or fasting, like a 3-day fast, water fast, fruit fast is coming through as well. That could be something that you feel guided to do, because it's going to help you to connect even deeper to God's source and deeper to your higher self, and really quantum leap into what you are trying to manifest, because you are drawing something in, and it's big. And these next few months up until September, oh my God, crucial, I heard. So it's crucial that you stay on your P's and Q's when it comes to your habits and staying as high vibrational as possible, but while still giving yourself grace. So if that resonates, let's get into it. Okay, how to? Let's talk about it. You guys picked this beautiful Ethiopian opal. So we have rebirth, portal, and desire. So, ooh. So, if you, okay, this is crazy. A lot of people feel as though okay, there's big emphasis on desire, okay? Big emphasis on desire, but people feel like if you are the type of person who is, you know, solid, connected to your mind, body, and soul, people feel like if you're unhealed, you know, no, it's a no for me, okay? People feel like you are acknowledging how people have grown, okay? People feel like you enjoy being around them, you know? There's a lot of people who feel as though you like to be around people who soothe you, but a lot of people feel like you desire them. I feel like you might be open when it comes to like seeing attractive people and looking at them, or like giving compliments or commenting on someone's story, or like, you know what I'm saying? If you see someone attractive, or you see something that you like, or if you see someone who's beautiful, and this doesn't mean that you like desire them, but people think that, like, you could see someone who's very beautiful and you'd be like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, and they might think that you desire them, even though you just saw they were beautiful and you wanted to, like, you know, you just wanted to give them a compliment. Like, people take your compliments to heart. People feel, because you give a lot of compliments, you give a lot of praise, and you give a lot of love, okay? And you give access to different you give people different access. So some people you're open, some people you're closed off, and people feel like you're selective. People feel like you are selective, and you feel like you have to be selective because of the pathway that you are on and because of the abundance that you have. People feel like you're not going to give access to anybody because you have risen from the ashes. People feel like if they're on the same time as you and they've been through the same situations as you and they didn't let the darkness pull them in, then they can align with you. People feel like you are on point when it comes to, you know, your knowledge of who to allow in your life and not. Okay, people feel like if okay, there's this emphasis on, like, people feel like if they're on their phone a lot, or if they're boring and they're not talking or not paying attention to you, you'll drop them. There's a big emphasis on death and rebirth over here, but we also have portals. So if you're not down, people feel like if they're not down to go on trips or do fun stuff, okay, because we have full of joy. People feel like if they complain around you, you judge them. Okay, you probably give them like a weird look, or you like be like, okay, moving on, or you don't acknowledge their complaints. Also, people feel like you are indestructible when it comes to you know, you've had people, okay, these are the negative people. You do have haters, pal, too, and your haters feel like their attacks don't do anything to them, and anything to you, my bad. And yeah, people feel like you love on yourself more than anything. People feel like you love yourself more than them. Even if you have love for them, even if they're your husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever, your best friend, people feel like you will always love yourself more, okay? So, well, yeah, let's get into it. Let's see. How do people think pile 2 feel about them? Tell us more. More, please. More. Can I have some more? Sir, can I have some more? The rise of the divine feminine. It's time to tune into your feminine side and think with your heart. Yeah, people feel like if, you know, they're too brute, if they're too, you know, strategic, you know, fuck out of here, bitch. All right, you are very tuned in and tapped into your feminine energy. People feel like you feel as though they need to kind of, it's like you're in your feminine energy, and people feel like if they don't like open the door for you or do nice things for you, or like, you know, treat you as the feminine, or like you don't have to be a female, okay, you don't have to be a woman, but what I'm saying is, it's like if you're not a provider in a way that it matches pile 2's energy, like, they'll let you go, even if they have love for you, okay? People feel like no matter how much you love them, you will let them go. But the thing is also people feel like you are not going to burn bridges with everybody, but you have burned bridges with a lot of people. The people who you love, they feel like you really do love them because they know for a fact that they're the ones, the left standing, the ones that you didn't burn the bridge with, okay? And those people know for a fact that you love them, but they know not to fuck around because of the fact that, you know, again, you will burn that bridge. But people feel like if they drain you, if you know, they try to attack you, you always bounce back. You'll cut them off and you'll let them go. People feel like it's not hard for you, okay? People feel like you will definitely drop everybody. People feel as though, like, you're focused on yourself, loving yourself, healing, okay? People feel like if you're the type of person, Pile 2, you have a vision for your life, okay? You have goals. We have 3 and 3, a lot of 3s, okay? Uncord relationships, let go and free yourself. I can't make this up. I'm telling you, you are not here for the bullshit, okay? People feel like you will cut them off real quick, okay? But you will forgive, but you will never forget. But what is this? We have a portal again. Mad emphasis on portal. Yeah, people feel like if they're not quantum leaping with you, if they're not traveling, if they're not becoming focused on their light, then, you know, yeah, you'll let them go or ignore them. People feel like if they do things, let's say you text somebody, right? People feel like if you might not respond right away, and then people feel nervous. You might make people feel nervous, like you're about to cut them off, okay? You do trigger people. It's like an attachment wound, or you trigger people when it comes to, like, not responding right away, because you could be a very busy person, right? So you might not message people back right away, and people feel scared and they feel like you don't like them when you don't respond. But then after, like, they get this relief. But you definitely got people tense because of your cutoff game. So people feel a little on edge, and they feel as though, like, people feel like it's like you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for them to fuck up. Like, go ahead. Fuck up. I'm cutting you off. I don't care. Where did all my friends go? Tell me more. What do we got? Power. Yeah, people feel like you love powerful people. Okay? Again, this you could be a woman. You don't have to. If you are a woman, take this like triplified, okay? But perceptive too. Yeah, people feel like if they're not perceptive, if they're not a boss, okay? If they're not embracing their uniqueness, if they're fake, if they're a fraud, then, you know, you see through them. And you'll stop matching their energy, or you'll stop talking to them. It's not hard for you to stop talking to somebody. If somebody doesn't text you back, it's the same way. Like, you'll match their energy as well. But I think that people feel as though you hold the power in their connection, in the relationship. People feel like you know you're powerful, and people feel like you feel as though they need to bend to your whim, or if they don't do what you say, then you will walk the fuck away, pretty much. So people do feel as though you could be a little controlling, okay, especially with the Scorpio energy coming through with the Scorpion, okay? That's a fixed sign. A lot of the fixed signs are very, very controlling. They don't like shit to not go the way they want it to go, okay? And that's how people feel about you. They feel like they need to make sure that they're aligned up, okay? You're like the drill sergeant, okay? People feel like you're the drill sergeant. You know what's good. You take lead. People feel like you need to take lead, okay? And if a person is a leader, then you'll allow them to take lead, because we have the rise of the divine feminine, okay? If they know what they're doing. People feel like if they don't know what they're doing, you be like, get the fuck out of the way, let me do it, okay? Like, yeah, but I feel like you get sick of people very easily. You could get easily agitated, and people feel like, you know, they don't want to get on your bad side, but they feel like you could be very sensitive, and you get pissed off easily, okay? You don't like dumb people. You don't like people who do dumb shit, and you don't like haters, and you don't like the fakes, and you don't like the frauds, and you don't have time for that shit, and you make it very known. People feel like your face will tell them how you feel about them. Okay, if something pisses you off, if they lie to you, your nose twitches, your eye twitches, you squint, you make a little smirk, and you roll your eyes, you know what I'm saying? You do something that lets people know, like, yeah, I caught on to you, I see you, okay? But you do see people, you see through people, and some people feel like you wear a mask around them, because that's a defensive energy, because she does have this little mask, and then we have the scorpion, you know, scorpion tail. Like, I got my tail ready, you know, to sting just in case, but I gotta see, like, what's good with you, you know what I'm saying? some people feel like you stare into their soul, okay? But there is this desire, this energy of like you being drawn to people, okay? Like when you see sexy people, like you might I don't know what this is, like when you see something attractive, even or beautiful, it doesn't matter, you love beauty. People feel like you love beauty, and this is in people, but this is in all things as well, okay? We have the devil. Oh my god. Some people feel like you're obsessed with them. You might have a little crush on somebody, or you might I don't know, maybe you feel like you're obsessed with them. Why? What is this? The Nine of Cups. Yeah, people feel like you want them. People feel like you are the divine feminine and you are waiting for your masculine, or you're the divine masculine waiting for your feminine, and people feel like you're obsessed with somebody. This is a specific person. Who is this person? Page of Needles. Somebody who watches you. Somebody who's watching you on social media feels like you're obsessed with them. You might like all their shit, okay? I don't know what that's about. You don't know them. This is not a friend. This is not somebody who, this is somebody who maybe you follow on social media and you like all their stuff and you don't think anything about it, but this person probably thinks that you're obsessed with them. Interesting. Like, God forbid I'm a supporter. God forbid I'm a fan. Let me stop. What is this unicorn portal? Goodness gracious. We got the Page of Needles. I mean, the Knight of Needles, excuse me. And then we have the Nine of Needles. People feel like if they come in on this devil energy, you'll stress the fuck out. Yo, you hate clowns. You hate deceptive people. Seven of Swords. And like you see through them. And I feel like once the thing about people, they feel like once you look at them, you'll already know what's good. Okay, it's giving CIA analyst, okay? It's giving, like, you're super intuitive, you're super psychic, and people know this, and they're scared. What is this Scorpion? We have the Eight of Wands, which 8 of Candles. So, yeah, people feel like, if people ain't making motion, if people aren't happy, if people are miserable, okay, if people are trying to suck you down, you'll step into your power and you will sting them. Or you'll tell them like it is. People feel like when it comes to you, you will tell it like it is. People feel like you're not going to sugarcoat it, you're not going to lie, you're not going to bullshit, you're not going to, try to glaze over, tell them a white lie. You're just going to tell them straight up. You know what I'm saying? Your mouth is very vocal when it comes to people acting like clowns, people acting on their devil shit. You call out toxicity, and that's why I feel like people know how you feel about them straight up, except for those who you desire, because then it's like people don't know if you really desire them or not, but they assume that you desire them, right? There's a lot of people who assume that you want them, but you could just be kind. People take your kindness as like an open invitation, like, yeah, this person's feeling me, okay? Let's close you out with some tarot. All right, pile 2. So we have the 8 of Potions, the 2 of Needles, the 7 of Candles. We have the 6 of Needles, the Temperance, the Knight of Potions, the 9 of Potions, the 9 of Needles. I mean, 9 of Needles, okay. The 9 of Candles, the King of Potions. And the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Potions. And I want to see what else. The 3 of Presents, 333, and the 6 of Wands. Damn. Yeah, I feel like you look highly upon people who got their shit together, and I feel like they know this, okay? You give a lot of compliments, you give people praise, and you call out people's successes, and people feel like you need to support the ones that you love, okay? Your friends, your fam, like, you support people, and I feel like they feel like you do this out of the kindness of your heart, but if, they make you feel any type of way in regards to they're moving funny, or they could be toxic, you'll walk away, but it's kind of hard for you. Some people feel as though it's hard for you to walk away, or some people feel like you are debating on if you want to walk away from them because of this 2 of Needles, 8 of Cups, and this 7 of Wands in the first row. That's telling me like you could be very defensive with somebody right now, and you could be debating, weighing the options. Like, yeah, like people feel like you're weighing the options. Like, should I walk away from this? Should I just move away? Should I just dead this? People feel like you are focused on healing. You're focused on taking care of yourself. You're rebuilding yourself, and you're taking a step back from people. But a lot of people feel like you are defensive when it comes to romance. People feel as though if they try to hit on you, it's a wrap. Also, people who are in third parties, I feel like they feel like they know. Like, if someone would try to cheat, like, you would know. People feel like you would know. Okay, you would just sense it, you would know. Okay, but people feel like I want team players in my life. I want people who are gonna lift me up just as much as I lift them up. I want people who are inspirational. I want people who are go-getters. I want people who take care of themselves. I want people who, want to try and be better and, not tear people down. I don't want chronic complainers and all that other bullshit like we were talking about, similar to another pile. Okay, but yeah, people feel like even if you want them, even if you have feelings for them, you will deny them. Okay, some people feel like you keep your feelings hidden because you're closed off right now, because you're focused on your success and you're building something. People feel like you're closed off to love, even though you are a lover. You could be a lover girl, lover boy. People know that you've been heartbroken and you had to walk away from dense and tough situations. You healed from that, and it's like you are not even trying to entertain going on dates. You're not trying to entertain, but you are showing love to people. That's the thing. People see you expressing this, right? And see you giving them compliments, see you like, you might be a little flirtatious, but you ain't gonna do anything besides that. Like, you'll play around. You'll have fun with it. People feel like you're here for fun right now, but you are not trying to lock it down. You're not trying to, like, you are trying to stay single. You're not trying to mingle. Okay, you're trying to enjoy your life. And if you are in a relationship, people feel as though, you're focused on your relationship, you're healing your relationship, and you're focused on you and your partner, and that's it. Like, you're not trying to, like, you're here with your friends and stuff here too, but like, that's it. Like, if random strangers, you don't give them the time of day. People feel like you ignore the hell out of them. People feel like, if you're not a part of my life, okay, I don't have time for you. And they feel like you have a defense up to new people. New people want to get to know you, and they feel like they can't because they feel like you are blocking them off because you're just focused on yourself, or because of the fact that you just feel closed off because you got hurt, and it's like you're just not doing that again. You have your solid people, and you're like, I'm good with my few, and that's it. I'm gonna do me, Wow. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, but people feel like, if you're getting exhausted or drained from healing them, if they don't heal themselves, yeah. That's it. All right, pile number 2. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you next time. Bye. What up, pile 3? Last but never least, you guys picked the red jasper or this black tourmaline. We gonna get into that later. Not right now. Okay, don't worry. But if you're new, hit that little subscribe and the bell so you get notified every single time I post new content. And if it resonates, shoot me a thumbs up and comment to let me know how or why. And if you want a book, my email's in the description, but I will never message you, so just be careful of scammers. We're gonna get your current energy to see if this is even your pile. If this doesn't resonate, do what you gotta do. Watch another pile, watch another reading, watch another reader. Just do whatever makes you happy. And just know I'll never message you for a reading, okay? So let's get it. What is pile number 3's current energy? We got solitude. Oh, you staying to yourself. You in your hermit mode. But I feel like this is not even, like, it is because we have silence, silent retreat. So you are staying to yourself. You could be, like, not texting people back. You could just not be talking to people right now. I feel like you're really focused on yourself. Yeah, I feel like, you're loyal to people, right? But you are self-focused right now. So maybe you set a boundary. Maybe you let your people know, like, hey, I'm going hermit right now, and da-da-da-da. I always recommend that because, that's the best thing to do. It's communication is key, okay? If you need to go hermit, there's nothing wrong with that. Your real friends will understand, but you do need to actually tell them you're going hermit instead of just ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? So make sure, because I've done both, okay? I've been the person who ignored people, and I've been the person who told people, like, oh yeah, I'm going hermit, And I feel like it really helps when you tell people you're going hermit, because then they don't feel like, oh, this person doesn't fuck with me anymore, etc., etc. You get it. But yeah, I feel like this is also a call to action for you to kind of, sit in silence in nature. Yesterday, I went by the ocean, and I just sat there. It was nighttime, and I was just looking at the stars, looking at the waves, just listening to everything that was going on around me, because obviously I was not the only one outside. There's people outside. We was outside. Once it gets a little warm, everyone's outside, out and about. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, get into nature, ground, and while you're doing this solitude, make sure that you're finding silence. Okay, don't get too lost in the sauce. Don't listen to you. Take your headphones off, go sit outside and listen to the birds. Okay, I like the thing about my backyard. Okay, even though they cut down the tree, that wasn't, but we still have some trees, thank God. But like they cut down the tree that the birds would live. But we have like a couple big trees, but like and my dad's growing a tree in the back, couple trees. I digress. Why are we talking about trees? Maybe you need to hug a tree, touch a tree. Okay, maybe that will help you right now. Talk to the trees, ask for permission. Okay, be like, hey, can you take away any energies that are not serving me? Okay, I promise you, it sounds crazy, but I speak from experience. And I know many people who have hugged trees. And put your feet on the ground if you can. If it's warm enough where you're at, I digress. But like my backyard, I hear all the birds and I know which birds are what. I know which one's the blue jays. I know which one's the cardinals. Like I'm a birder now, I guess you can say. I've always loved birds, okay? Like I've always loved animals, but like now it's like I'm becoming, like I hear them chirping. I know what's the doves. I know what's the, because my backyard, we feed the birds, and now it's like a lot of new birds are coming in, so it's kind of exciting. I'm like, oh my god, we have a new friend, who's this? And like literally the doves or the songbirds, they like are like in my driveway just standing there, like, where's your home at? I know that's somebody's birds that come to my house every day over here. Like, I digress. At the end of the day, you do have new things coming into your life, but you do have to make the decision to kind of assess what do you really want to focus on, because you have people who want to approach you in love, okay? And I feel like you're not down with that right now. I think you're focused on your money. And if you are in a relationship, I feel like you're just kind of focused on your money and you're just trying to figure out what's next. You're trying to recalibrate and you're just trying to heal from the heartbreak and the pain that you've gone through. And you do have a new opportunity coming in regards to somebody who wants to collaborate with you, or someone who sees the vision that you have and feels like they could help you as well. So you do have people approaching you. That's why right now you need to be a hermit and you need to focus on silence and retreating. Okay, maybe someone's going to invite you to a retreat, or maybe you're going to go to a retreat in this month. Also, treat yourself. I feel like you've been kind of like focused on doing a lot of stuff, and if you haven't been treating yourself, do something nice for yourself as well. Okay, but if that resonates, let's get into your reading. Okie dokie. So you guys picked the black tourmaline and the red jasper. Well, we got a double whammy. Okay, we have Aries, Scorpio, and Capricorn energy coming through. But yeah, justice, strength, stability, grounding, protection, and detox. So how do people feel that you feel about them? People think that you feel as though you like to be supported. You like relationships that are nurturing. People feel as though you can feel when they do negativity or talk shit behind their back. People can just tell that like, the shade. You can tell what they're thinking. People feel like you're a mind reader, okay? People feel like you're a mind reader, and you can tell when people are sending unwanted negative energies, negative attacks, psychic attacks, jealousy, anger, resentment. People feel like you also know how they're feeling about you. Okay, so if someone, not even about you, but just in general, okay, let's say somebody's having a bad day and they're trying to keep it together and no one has asked them, but then it's you come up to them and I heard you just know me. Like, people feel like you just know them, okay? And people feel like you know them and you can tell, and then you straight up be like, are you okay? What happened? Something going on? What's, and then people feel like really seen by you, okay? People feel like you feel as though you can tell when they're lusting after you, okay? You might take a step back when people like start acting like a little like, I don't know, this energy, there's something about when you shield yourself. You take a step back when you feel like someone may get a crush on you, or you feel like somebody is, attracted to you and stuff like that. You might, or just people feel like they feel like when you find them attractive, right? But yeah, again, people feel like, similar to another pile, people feel like if they're strong, there's something about a body. Like, if the people at the gym, I don't know about the people at the gym, but I feel like people at the gym, okay, this is specific, but the people at the gym that you go to, certain people like can see you staring at them, or people can feel like you have an attraction to them, okay? But there is this emphasis on desire, and people feel like, you know, if it's toxic, fuck out of here. You have haters too, pile 3, and I feel like your haters can feel when you use your protection, or people like who hate on you, people who do psychic attacks on you, people who gossip about you, people who send you negativity. They can tell, they feel like you can feel when it's happening. I don't know if you mentioned it, or I don't know if like one day like somebody was thinking something negative and you said, I'm gonna go home. But people can just tell that you can tell when the energy is off. I know this sounds so confusing the way I'm saying this. Like, it's just like stressing me out. The way this whole reading, I'm like, how do I say this? Like, I keep wanting to say how people feel about you, but it's how people think that you feel about them. But yeah, if they're not trying to kind of resolve their issues, okay, if they're hypersexual, you feel turned off, okay? That's the thing. It's like people come too hot towards you because, again, this is the sexualized pile. I feel like people sexualize you, or you have a high sexual energy, and then when people start to, like, you know, try to hit on you, or, you know, talk dirty or whatever it is, you take a step back, okay? I also feel like, you know, people make assumptions about you, and then when people make assumptions about you, you feel really aggravated, and then people feel like you just get turned off by that too. There's big emphasis on people feel like they turn you off, like, you know, you're just not with it, you're just not down with it, okay? I feel like you just have an acquired taste when it comes to people. Again, we have that solitude. You could be very hermit, very selective as well. You're just not down with these lusty ass people. Or if people are toxic, again, or if people are money hungry and like too focused on certain things, you'll take a step back, and people feel like, yeah, if I start talking about, like, you know, bullshit, you know, I see that pile 3 be like, absolutely not. What else? We got the quantum field. Yeah, like, people feel like you feel their energy in the quantum field, okay? We have 5 doors. Wow. Doors of opportunity are opening for you now. I feel like that is a message for you as well. Walk through them. Yeah, people feel like, okay. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You think there's plenty of fish in the sea. I could stay by myself because I'm lucky by myself. I heard I can do bad all by myself, but I'm going to take that as I could do good all by myself. But at the end of the day, I feel like you feel like, I'd just rather be by myself. People feel like you'd rather be by yourself. People feel like you love your alone time, and people feel like you're very protective of yourself and very grounded. And certain people are lucky enough to make the cut, but it's like, it's rare for people to make the cut. You got to choose the right door, right? If they don't choose the right door, then sorry. Access denied. Like, you know, I just don't think that you open the door for a lot of people anyway, to be honest. What else? We got violet flame. Yeah, very protective energy. People feel like you transmute that shit, like, real quick, okay? Because definitely I feel like y'all have had some people who definitely tried to put work on you, and they tried to see if their shit was hitting, okay? I don't know what's going on. That could just be gossiping. Like, someone tried to gossip, spread a rumor about you, and they wanted to see if it hit you and made you feel unconfident and stuff, and then they feel like it didn't affect you because you cleared and transmuted it, or it was cleared up, okay? Yeah, cosmic rainbow. Look at that. Look for the pot of gold, accept joy. People feel like you are going towards your joy. You're going to run away from the storm, and these people can't affect you. People feel like you on top of the mountain, you good by yourself, and you don't need nobody. That's straight up like that. Like, I'm good. I'm good. All right? You're a lone wolf. People feel like you feel like I'm good with being a lone wolf. I don't give a shit about my pack. No, I'm just kidding. Not like that, but like, you know, I don't need a pack. I hope to find a pack one day, but like, I don't need a pack. Like, that's how people feel. You feel. But yeah, people feel like you're looking for that gold, like golden energy, okay? People feel like everyone who you chill with, everyone who's involved in your life, they're high vibrational, they're loving, they're joyful, or they're healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not healthy, if you're doing unhealthy habits and shit, people feel like you judge them. But the thing is, too, is like, you might even do unhealthy habits as well, and people feel like, you know, you don't judge them because of like, I'm hearing excess. So let's say if people, because, you know, in moderation. I feel like you're like, if it's balanced, okay, I'll have a drink here or there, or I'll do this, I'll do that, right? But if you have people like being like, you know what, I want to go out and drink and party and smoke every single day, which I've been there, done that, you know what I'm saying? You move past that. You probably been there, done that too, and you move past that. You're not that person anymore. That's not the era that you're in. You have quantum leaped into a new reality, and it's like, you're like, okay, who's strong enough, okay? Because I'm looking for my golden elk. Who's strong enough to come through, and, you know, who's pure enough? Like, purity. They feel like if they're not pure, okay, if they're not on a spiritual path, if they don't bring you peace, then they can peace out, okay? I was talking about doves earlier. That's interesting. That could be someone could have a dove tattoo. I don't know why I'm getting that, but I am. Okay, semicolon as well. I heard semicolon tattoo. We have preparation, squirrel. Yeah, like, people feel like you feel as though you get bored real easy around people, okay? Your attention span around certain people, immediately, like, you just drift off, your eyes roll to the back of your head, you're snoring. Like, people feel like yeah, they need to put on a show, they need to keep your attention, they have to, like, look at me, pick me, do this, da 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 da, because you're very unamused, okay? You don't really care about a lot of stuff when it comes to people trying to, like, show off. People feel like you can tell when they're showing off, okay? You don't give them attention. People feel like you feel like, I don't need to give you attention. I don't know, like, what you're looking for, but you're not going to get attention from me, okay? Let's say somebody's yelling and screaming in the room, everyone's looking at them, judging them, and you just, like, la la la, walk straight by them, don't even look at them, and then that person feels like, damn, invisible? Am I invisible, bro? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, you make people feel invisible. People feel like you feel as though, like, yeah, I don't see you. John Cena, bitch. I can't see you, okay? But yeah, people also feel like you could take them. You're not scared of them. That is random. Like, but you're, again, you know you're protected, but I feel like if, you know, let's say you're walking down the street and there's a person walking by, you know, some people, like, cross the street because they're scared and shit. Like, you dominate that sidewalk, okay? There's two people walking, right? And this is a sidewalk, and you're walking straight, and then it's like you could go on the grass to give them room to pass. You're like, I'm not going on the fucking grass. Why the fuck am I gonna go on the grass? You know, people feel like you're a bulldozer energy. You'll bulldoze through people. You do not care, okay? Again, you'll stay by yourself, but, like, that's the thing. Like, if people try to test you, come at you, you'll fight. Like, people feel like you could fight. People feel like you know that you could take them, like, if anything, okay? Especially when it comes to, like, people who usually are intimidating to people. People feel like you're not intimidated. You just are not threatened by anyone because you're in your own lane, and that's how people feel like you feel about them. Like, I'm not in competition with you. People feel like you have no competition because you don't. Quantum field. Princess of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, people feel like if you don't have something to give to me that will make my life better, if you make me get in my head, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm just not. You look at it from a different perspective as well. People feel like you look at people from a different perspective than most, but again, you look deeper than most, okay? It's not shallow. People feel like you hate shallow people. Violet Flame, Four of Cups, yeah. You're just not here for, like, anything that doesn't bring you peace. You're like, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna get out of here. Once your social battery is out, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles too, like, I'm good, bye, going to myself. We have another dove. Someone could use dove body soap. Elk. Why am I hearing the elks? You ever heard of elk, like the screech, like, like, I'm hearing that in my head. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck? People feel like you hate loud noises, okay? People feel like when they get loud, again, this emphasis on loud, you don't like rah, rah, loud, la, 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 la. You just don't like it. It agitates you. You might look at people, okay? You might be super sensitive, okay? I'm hearing CPTSD, all right? You might get startled easily, and you just don't fuck with that shit. People know that. They feel like, you feel like, okay, get the fuck out of here. Okay, Four of Wands, strength, yeah. People feel like if you're mean to people, then you really will, like, let's say somebody's being mean, okay, to somebody, and you'll defend them. People feel like you just don't like when people bully. Like, you know, certain people, like, they bully and they say these slick ass jokes, and they think because everyone's laughing. You're the person who's not laughing. You're the person who's like, okay, why the fuck did you say that? Like, that's so rude. Or like, what the hell? And you shock people. People feel like you just don't, you don't do or think the way that everyone else thinks, but you are solid, you are stable, you are fun, you're down to celebrate, but you would rather be by yourself. Once the function's boring, once this is boring, I'm out of here. Like, you get bored easy, for real. The dove. Judgment, yeah. You don't like it when people judge. You embrace your uniqueness and your cutthroat. People feel like once you see somebody judging somebody, you will look at them like with disgust, okay? Like, you would just look at them like, what is wrong with you? Like, you judge the judgers is what I'm getting. And that's how people feel. They feel like you feel like, okay, who are you to judge? You know, even though you're judging them, but it's like not in a way that you're judging them because of who they are. It's because of their actions. You know, you don't judge people just because this person is wearing this, or, you know, their hair is like this, or they have tattoos like this. Like, that's not the type. You don't give a shit about that. But you will judge people off their character, and that's how people feel. They feel like you'll judge the shit out of them off their character. So if you don't have good character, if you don't have good values, if you're not a good person, I'm gonna judge the shit out of you, and I'll clap back and I'll talk shit to you, whatever. You know. Hold on, let's get into your tarot to close you out. Okay, pile 3. Let's talk about it. We have the Knight of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, King of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, okay, the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, interesting. We have the Princess of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords and the Fool at the back of the deck. So, straight off the bat, there's definitely an attraction. Like, your eyes, the eyes never lie. Okay, the eyes never lie. One, the eyes never lie when it comes to how you're feeling. But if you are attracted to somebody, I heard googly eyes. Okay, you might have very, like, siren eyes, very, like, you have almond eyes. You just have, like, really seductive, sexy eyes. And whether you're attracted to people or not, this is just how they feel. They think that you are attracted to them because of the way that you look. You could have very intense eye contact, and that's why people are assuming, like, oh shit, this person wants to fuck me, this person wants to marry me. Like, people feel like you feel like you're their destiny. So this could be someone specific. Like, someone feels like you're their future and they're your future. They feel like you have mutual feelings for them, and they feel like they need to be patient, or you know, they need to be patient and work on getting themselves together, or you'll walk away and go to somebody else. Another dove. Whoa, so many doves. Okay, but yeah, people feel like if you're not fun, if you're not fresh, if you're not changing, if you're not doing things, if you're not authentic, then you're gonna walk away. Okay, people feel like it's not hard for you to move away, and people feel like you feel as though, like, yeah, I'll go somewhere better. Okay, I'll spend my time wisely. People feel like you are investing into yourself and you don't have time. People feel like you don't have time to bullshit. Okay, people feel as though you feel like certain connections or certain relationships are a waste of time, and you would choose to, you know, work or spend time with other people. This could be people that you walked away from thinking this, like, yeah, this person really feels like I'm a shitty person because they cut me off. You know, people feel like you make people feel really shitty, especially the people you cut them off. But I mean, like, it is what it is, because you cut them off for a reason, because they were being shitty. So I guess, like, if the shoe fits, you know. But I digress. At the end of the day, there is this passionate energy. People feel like they can tell when you find them attractive. Okay, this could be somebody who you found attractive, and then they did something again to turn you off. This energy again to turn you off, and then, like, people can see your energy shift. People can see the shift when it comes to you, and people can feel like your feelings for them shift. Okay, so this could have been something from the past that we're picking up on. Like, let's say you had a crush on somebody, you were coming in hot, you was like, oh my god, I'm investing all my energy into this person because, like, you know, this person matches me and all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden they switched up and they got cold, or they stopped reciprocating, and then you said, oh, you want to breadcrumb me? It's like, people feel like once they stop breadcrumbing you, it's a wrap. I won't even breadcrumb you. I'll just disappear. I'll disintegrate. Yeah, that's lovely. Some people feel like you be creeping on them. Okay, maybe they see you pop up in their stories and stuff. Like, you might, like, there could be someone you have a crush on who feels like they see you watching them. I see you watching. Who's that creeping in my window? Not Thetis. We reppin' Thetis. Thetis. Yeah. People feel like you find tattoos attractive. Okay, there's something about like you being very vocal about what you like, okay? Okay, I don't know, like you see a motorcycle, let's say somebody got a nice car or motorcycle, you're into motorcycles or you're into nice cars, you break your neck, you'll look and shit, and people feel like, oh, she finds me as a motorcycle's going by. Confirmation. Yeah, oh, they're feeling me. They feeling me, you know what I'm saying? All right. Or if you're at the gym, right? And you doing these squats and all these men are like huffing and puffing and trying to get all loud and brolic in front of you and shit like that, or like that's they feel like you find that attractive. People, and then they realize once you walk away, like you're not into that shit. You know what I'm saying? People just feel like they assume that you are vain, they assume that you're shallow, and then they get a reality check and then they really see how you feel. Okay, I hope that makes sense, because everything I'm saying, it just sounds weird to me, but I'm saying it. If that makes sense. But people do feel like you love hard, okay? Those who you are in a relationship with, friendship with, your fam, they feel like you are invested and you will go hard for them, but you are not afraid to walk away if they do fuck shit. If they stress you out, if they put too much burdens on your back, you will move away. Because the main thing is people know that you want to feel peace, and that if people bring you peace, you will allow them into your life, okay? Because you're chasing your dreams. And also people feel like if they make you laugh, you love them. They feel like if you can make pal 3 laugh, they find you attractive, and you might not find them attractive, but when you laugh, like your eyes light up, and you know, you might hit somebody, you might get touchy, and you know, laughter brings you closer to people. Laughter makes you feel lighter, and it makes you more open, and that makes like people think like, oh, that's a green flag, when in reality, like, you have not waved any type of flag at all. Oh, so speaking of flags, red flags, like people feel like you can see their red flags immediately, and that's what makes you walk away, because you're not getting stressed, you're not getting trapped, okay? People know that you're very logical. It doesn't matter if you have love for somebody, it doesn't matter if you find them super attractive, if they hurt you, if you know that they're gonna hurt you, if they're a player, if they want to play in your face, if they want to breadcrumb you, you're gonna walk away, because you're choosing your happiness, and that's all you care about right now, is you and your happiness and your goals, because you are creating a legacy, and you're doing what's right for you, and you're having this fresh start, and you moved away from all the negativity, and you're not here for that. But the people from your past are coming through heavily for you, pal 3, and they feel like you feel as though, you know, you made the right move to walk away, because they see that you are doing better, and they see that you deleted them from your life, okay? People feel like it's not hard for you to delete them from your life and to just do you. But yeah, people feel like if you don't match, like, you could be a sapiosexual, pal 3, or you could be like, you know, it's deeper than just attraction, and people feel like they know this. Like, you could find somebody attractive, but if their soul isn't like pure, if they're ugly, like in regards to their actions, again, values and stuff, you'll cut that off real quick. Like, you're not here for the bullshit. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it, pal 3. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.